Happy Tuesday and welcome to day 2 where we're focusing all around the legs. So we'll work towards a full splits, and it doesn't matter at all whether you're able to do the splits or not. We are working towards it, and if it is one of your goals actually to achieve the splits, then this is your class to do minimum on a weekly basis. And we are gonna get started in our Supta Baddha Konasana, so lying down. And if you, by the way, have blocks, yoga blocks, then I would advise you to go and grab them, or if you have big books or something similar, then get that. But if you don't, then it's also not a problem. But for the splits, it can actually be really nice to have some blocks. So now bring the soles of your feet together and lie all the way down into your mat. You can bring your arms up above the head, grabbing opposite elbow to get a nice opening in the shoulders. Softly letting the knees melt towards the floor. And starting to arrive on your mat this morning. Being proud of yourself for showing up for day 2. And I'd invite you to approach this practice today with the intention of gratitude. We don't have to do yoga. We are able to do yoga, right? So it's something we can be really happy for, because it's not everyone that can practice yoga actually, that has a healthy functioning body. So we're able to do that, which means we should also approach our practice in a way that we look at our bodies in a very kind way. So not practicing with a sense of judgment, especially when working a lot of flexibility. Like in this class, we tend to be so hard towards ourselves and being like, oh, why am I so stiff? Why am I not more flexible? Comparing ourselves to others and so on. But I'd really like to invite you to turn this around today and appreciate everything your body does for you. Let's grip the switch of the hand, so bring the opposite forearm on top. And we're going to start to bring our awareness to the breath, taking fuller, deeper inhales in through the nose and long, full exhales out through the nose. A few more like that, starting to establish a deep and steady breath that we can carry throughout our practice. And especially today in this class, it's our number one tool to communicate with the nervous system that we're okay, we're safe, so that we can access every pose, every stretch a little bit deeper, letting go of tension and creating more space in the body. Release the grip of your elbows and then use your palms to close the knees together like a book. Bring the knees into the chest, and then holding onto each knee, we're going to start to draw some circles into the hips here to just loosen up the hip sockets, moving into one direction and switching it out, moving the opposite way. Good. And then moving into a bridge pose, bring your feet hip distance apart into the mat, touch your heels with your fingertips, and let's first find a tuck in the pelvic floor. So bring your whole spine flat into the mat, especially the lower spine, so that not even a slice of paper could slide underneath it. And then keep this tuck, arms by your sides. We're gonna press into the heels and start to lift the hips off the mat to come into our bridge pose. Start to shift your weight into the heels, maybe even peeling your toes off the mat. And then think of lifting hips up and the pubic bone up. And we're gonna hold it here for 10 slow, deep, long breaths. Starting to wake up the glutes. And that is especially important when we are stretching the hamstrings a lot, which we're gonna do today. So the glutes really help us to protect the hamstrings from overstretching. It's a very common yoga injury that the hamstrings start to be painful because we do so much forward folding, so much deep hamstring stretching in yoga, but not so much glute strengthening. So it's super important to also recruit the glutes, especially when working towards the full splits. Let's stay for 5 more breaths. Keep the hips up. Last 3. One more time, deep inhale in and slow exhale out. With the next inhale, lower your hips to almost touch the mat, and exhale, lifting the hips back up. 10 more like that. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift for 9, 8, 7, really squeezing the glutes at the top. Rest 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 10 tiny little pulses higher and higher for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly lowering the hips all the way down into the mat. Hug your knees into the chest, and from here we're gonna rock forward and backward along the length of the spine, and we're gonna try to come all the way up into a standing forward fold. So trying to use a lot of momentum here to come all the way forward, plant the feet, and then standing all the way up, folding over the legs. Here you can bring your feet hip distance apart, grab opposite elbows, and let's gently rock from side to side here. Maybe bending one knee and then the other. And releasing the elbows. Inhale, find a halfway lift. You can bring your hands up to your shins or all the way up to your thighs, finding length in your spine. If you have open hamstrings, you can also keep your fingertips in the mat. Deep inhale. Exhale to fold. Rebend your knees as much as you need. Again, halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale to fold. Last time, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms and step the right foot all the way back, coming into a low lunge. So lower the right knee down, untuck your toes, and reach your arms up for Anjaneyasana, making sure your right knee is comfortable. You can always double up your mat or use a towel underneath the knee if it feels painful. Soften the shoulders, deep inhale. Exhale, half split. Lengthen the left leg. Flex your toes. Inhale here. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Inhale, rebend the knee, reach your arms up. And exhale, half split, moving a little bit faster. So flowing from Anjaneyasana into the half split. You can find your own pace, connecting breath to the movement. And try to really stay super aware with how each pose feels in your body, because as we're practicing in the morning, the body is just naturally a lot tighter, and especially the hamstrings tend to be super tight. So if a half split, for example, feels a little too intense right now, then keep your knees slightly bent. Good. Let's meet in our Anjaneyasana. Inhale here. Exhale to plant the palms, and then tuck the right toes and step the left foot back into our high plank. Inhaling in. Exhale, let's lower knees, chest, and chin down into the mat, and slide forward into our baby cobra. Hands underneath the shoulders, tops of the feet in the mat. Inhale, and exhale, lifting back up to downward facing dog, hips up high. From here, inhale, sweeping the right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring your right knee to your right elbow and step the right foot to the outside of the right hand and lowering the left knee down. Untuck your toes and moving a little bit into your hip here, so maybe moving from side to side or making circles into the hip. Good. And then from here, let's shift the hips back. So again, finding this half split, but with the hands on the inside of the leg. Inhale and exhale back to runner's lunge. So finding again a little flow here, forward and backward. So nice. Now let's plant the palms back on the inside of the foot, tuck the left toes and step the left foot forward, coming into our yogi squat malasana. Hands in front of the heart. Use your elbows to press the thighs away from each other. Deep inhale and full exhale. Inhale here. Exhale, bring your fingertips down and stand all the way up, coming into a mini wide-legged forward fold. Starting to heel toe the feet together. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale to fold. Again, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Last time, inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold, and then plant the palms down, and we're going to step the left foot all the way back. Lower the left knee down into the mat and reach up for Vinyasa. Softening the shoulders, inhale. And exhale, half split, straighten the right leg, long through your spine. Inhale here. Exhale, maybe folding a little deeper, maybe keeping a slight bend in your right knee. Inhale. Exhale. Let's flow a little bit. Inhale, reach up. And exhaling, half split. Connecting breath to movement. Feeling it out, keep breathing deeply. And we're gonna meet back in our Vinyasa. Inhale, exhale to plant the palms, step the right foot back, coming into our high plank. Moving again through knees, chest, and chin down. Inhaling, baby cobra, hands underneath the shoulders. And exhaling, downward facing dog, lifting the hips up high. And from here, we're going to lift the left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring the left knee to your left elbow and step the foot to the outside of your left hand, coming into our runner's lunge on the left side. Lower the right knee down. And starting with some intuitive movement, maybe making circles, moving from side to side. And from here, let's shift the hips back, coming into the half split. And back to runner's lunge, moving back and forth, feeling it out, trying to keep a long spine. And when you shift the hips back, try not to bring your hips onto the heel. We're keeping the hips on top of the right knee in our half split. Really nice. Now let's come back to runner's lunge, tuck the right toes and step forward. One more time, yogi squat, hands in front of the heart, sitting up tall here. Inhale in and exhale out. Full breath, inhale and exhale, fingertips down into the mat, standing all the way up for our mini wide-legged forward fold. Starting to heel toe the feet together. Halfway lift, inhale, and exhale, forward fold. Let's rise all the way up, high mountain, palms to touch, and exhale, hands to heart. From here, we're gonna bring the hands behind the spine, palms together, lift the chin, lift your chest, reach your arms away from you. Inhale. And with the exhale, bend your knees and drape your stomach onto your thighs, forehead towards your shins, reaching the arms up above the head, maybe finding a bit more length through the legs, but keep that stomach to thigh connection. Staying here for 2 more breaths. And release the grip of your hands, halfway lift. Exhale, let's step the right foot all the way back, lowering the right knee down and reaching up, Vinyasa. Inhale. Exhale, let's bring the right hand down into the mat, reach the left arm back towards the right foot, and then bend the right knee and get hold of your foot here. So finding our quad stretch. Inhale, kick the foot into your hand, and exhale, draw the heel in. 2 more like that. Inhale to kick. Exhale, draw the heel in. 1 more time. Inhale to kick. And exhaling, heel in. And let's hold it here. Trying to keep the shoulders square to the front. For most people, that's the most tense part in the whole body. So this can really feel very deep. Try to breathe through any discomfort here. And slowly releasing the foot. Plant your palms and let's step it back into our high plank. And you can either go through knees, chest and chin like we did, or you can move through your full vinyasa. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhaling, downward facing dog. Hips up high. With the next inhale, we're going to sweep the right leg up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, let's step the right foot between the hands, keeping the left knee lifted. So we're in our low lunge, and we're going to move from low lunge to pyramid. So straighten the right leg, coming high onto the left toes, and rebend the knee. Inhale to straighten, and exhale to bend. Inhale to straighten. You can even lift the right foot off the mat here, and exhale to bend. Few more like that. Inhale, straighten, and exhale, bend. So good. Now let's step the left foot all the way forward, meeting the right. Inhaling, halfway lift, and exhale to fold. You can interlace now your arms around your legs, behind your knees, grabbing for opposite elbow, stomach onto your thighs, forehead to your shins. We're going to slide the arms down towards the heels for a deep forward fold here, holding it for 3 breaths. And release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we're going to step the left foot to the back of the mat and lowering the left knee down. Inhale, Vinyasa, reach your arms up. Exhale, bring the left palm down, reach the right hand back, bend the left knee, and then take hold of your foot. Inhale, kick the foot into your hand. Exhale, draw the heel in. 2 more. Inhale to kick. Exhale, bring the heel in. Last one. Inhale to kick. And exhale, heel in, and we're holding. And release the foot. Plant your palms and step the right foot back. High plank, moving through your choice of vinyasa. With the inhale, finding our up dog. And with the exhale, rolling over the feet for downward facing dog. Inhale, sweeping the left leg up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, let's step the left foot between the hands, keeping the right knee lifted. for our low lunge, coming high onto the fingertips here. Inhale. Exhale, straighten both legs, come onto the left heel. Inhale to rebend. And exhale to straighten, moving from low lunge into our extended pyramid pose. Let's do a few more. Bend the left knee and step the right foot forward, meeting the left. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Inhale, we're gonna stand up one more time. Reach up and exhale, interlacing the hands behind the spine. Opposite thumb on top this time, so the awkward one. And then lift the chin, arch your spine. Inhale. Exhale, draping the upper body onto the legs here, forehead towards your shins. And you can bend your knees as much as you need. So you can be all the way down here. It doesn't matter. We just really want to make sure that we have a long spine and that we're not rounding, especially the lower spine. Let's take 2 more breaths. And slowly release, inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, we're gonna step the right leg back one more time, lowering the right knee down, coming into our Vinyasa. From here, you can bring your left fingertips down into the mat or onto a block, and we're gonna reach the right arm towards the left, finding a gentle side stretch here. Full breath in and full breath out. Inhale. With the exhale, we're straightening the left leg and bringing the right hand to the outside of the left foot for a half split. Inhale, rebend the leg, and exhale for that half split. Let's do a few more. Moving with your breath. And let's hold it in our half split. You can bring both palms down, folding diagonal over the left shin here. Good, and let's bring it back. Rebend the left knee, stepping it back, high plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog. And exhaling for downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep the right leg up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, we're gonna step the right foot between the hands, keep the left knee lifted, and let's rise all the way up into our high crescent lunge. Coming high onto the left toes here, soften your shoulders down. And we'll do 5 lowers and lifts with the left knee. So doing some knee taps. Inhale to lower, almost touching the mat, and exhale to lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's hover and hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Place the palms down. Inhale, step the left foot forward, meeting the right. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale to fold. Again, option here to interlace the elbows behind the legs, sliding your arms towards your heels, stomach onto your thighs, forehead to your shins. Deep breaths. Inhaling in, exhaling out. 2 more. And release. Halfway lift on the inhale. And with the exhale, we're going to step the left foot all the way back, lowering the left knee down and coming up into the Vinyasa. Inhale. And exhale, right fingertips down into the mat or onto your block, and the left arm alongside the left ear for a side bend here. Full breaths. Inhale and exhale. 1 more deep breath in. And with the exhale, let's slide the left hand to the outside of the right foot, straighten your leg. Inhale to rebend, and exhale, half split. few more like that. Inhale, exhale. The next time that you're in your half split, bring both hands down and we're gonna fold over the right shin, over towards the right. And then slowly rebending the right knee, planting the palms and stepping it back into our high plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog. And exhaling for downward facing dog. With the next inhale, sweeping the left leg up, three-legged dog, and stepping the left foot between the hands. Let's rise all the way up for high crescent lunge. High onto the right toes, really lift the right heel up. And we'll do 5 knee taps. Inhale, lower, almost touching the mat. Exhale, lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hover the knee above the mat. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your palms down and step the right foot forward, meeting your left. Halfway lift, inhale, and exhale to fold. Inhale, rising up, high mountain, palms to touch. And exhale, bring your hands to the heart and release your arms by the sides. We really warmed up the legs now a lot, and we'll attempt our splits pose now, but just take it in your own pace, however it feels good for you. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, folding forward. Halfway lift on the inhale. Exhale, let's step the left foot to the back of the mat, starting with our right side now. If you have your blocks, use your blocks now. And we have different options now. You can either come into an over lunge, which means bringing the right foot further than the right knee and staying here. This is a really good preparation for the split because we're stretching a lot the left hip flexor. Or you can also come into your split or working towards it and shifting the right foot forward, left foot back, maybe keeping your left toes tucked to start to make sure the hips are squared. And you can stay here. This is a perfect place to be and just breathe. You can even be even higher than that. So wherever you really feel a deep sensation and you can still breathe fully and deeply, stay there. Another nice thing you can do with your blocks is that you bring them underneath your hips. So you can, for example, on the medium setting, bring the block under your hip, or if you can go even lower, you can also go down, or you can of course also use 2 blocks to really elevate yourself. So moving here in your own pace and trying not to rush anything, but accepting wherever your body is right now and let's stay for wherever you are for 5 more deep breaths. Inhale, lift the chest, and exhale. 4 more. Maybe finding a gentle back bend, making sure your upper body is on top of the hips and you're not leaning forward. Last 3, 2, 1 more deep breath in. And with the exhale, we're slowly gonna come out. We're just gonna bring the right leg back to the left, sitting onto the hips for a moment just to let go of any tension. Maybe moving your hips from side to side. And if this was really intense for you, try to really repeat this class and do this more often. Now let's do the other side. Coming back into our forward fold at the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold, and we're gonna step the right foot all the way back, taking our blocks, or if you have also furniture or something that you can hold on to, that's just really nice to move into the stretch safely. Maybe first coming into an over lunge, and maybe you want to stay here if this feels really nice, or we attempt the full split, or working towards it, tucking the right toes and bringing the left heel forward, and then finding your sweet spot. So try out wherever it feels good for you, and trying to make sure that you bring the right hip forward and the left hip back. And then maybe with each breath you can find a little bit more depth, but again, trying here to go not too fast, too quickly. So maybe building it up, moving nice and slow. Let's take our 5 deep breaths. And also noticing that every day the body can be so different. So some days you might feel much more open than other days, and that's completely normal. And it's also normal that one side might maybe be a bit more flexible than the other. And it's really nice to just notice these subtle differences. And then maybe you can spend a little bit more time on the side that is a bit tighter. Let's take 2 more breaths. It's always nice here to add in a little back bend, lifting the chest, opening your throat area. So the throat is a very sensitive area of the body, and when we lean the head back, when we lift the chin, we signal to the body that we're feeling very safe. 1 more deep inhale, and with the exhale, we're slowly gonna come out, coming back onto your shins. And let's from here come onto the sit bones. Finding our seated forward fold. Try to remove any fleshy bits underneath the sit bones. You can always also sit on a pillow or on a block to elevate the hips. Let's start by keeping the knees bent. Grabbing your big toes, stomach onto your knees. And from here, maybe you can bring the knees further away, but only move so far that you can still keep that connection. We never want to do this in our forward fold, because there we create so much tension in the spine if we round the spine while stretching. We much rather want to lengthen and fold from there. If you have very open hamstrings, you can also bring a block behind your feet and hold onto the block. Okay, let's slowly lift back up and come to lie down onto the back. We will finish off with one last passive hamstring stretch. Bring the left foot down, interlace your hands behind the right thigh, and let's just start by bending and straightening into the right leg, being just very gentle here. And then let's straighten the leg. Maybe you keep your hands behind your thigh, maybe you bring your hands behind the right calf muscle or your fingers around the big toe. Finding your version, and then try to straighten the right leg fully so there is no bend in your right knee. And we slowly start to straighten out the left leg and holding it here for 5 deep breaths in our hamstring stretch. With every exhale, finding a little bit more softness. Let's slowly release, plant the right foot down, interlace your hands behind the left thigh, and we're going to start to straighten and bend into the left leg. And keeping the leg straight, maybe bringing the hands behind the calf muscle or the big toe, but try to keep the shoulders soft. So if you're more down here, then that's completely fine. So take this in your own pace, and the more you do this class, the more space you will create in your body. Now let's hold either the big toe, the thigh, or the calf muscle and straighten out the right leg down into the mat. And we'll hold this here for 5 breaths. release, hugging the knees into the chest. Let's finish off with a spinal twist. Bring your arms into a capital T shape. Cross the right thigh over the left, and then we're going to bring the knees to the left. Look over the right shoulder. And inhale back through center, switching it out. Left leg over the right. Drop your knees to the right and look to the left. And back through center, hugging the knees into the chest. One more time. Forehead to your knees, wrapping the arms around the shin. Inhale. And exhale, let's release. Taking our Shavasana, extending the legs long, arms long, closing your eyes. And just taking a moment here to melt down into the mat. Letting go of any tension, any effort. Inviting softness and ease. And allowing the body and the mind to seize in all the benefits from our practice. Slowly start to bring some movement back, moving into the fingers and the toes, softly moving your head from side to side, reaching the arms up above the head, and then coming to roll onto the right side, using the right arm as a pillow for the head. And from here, coming all the way up, back to our cross-legged seat. Keeping your eyes closed, bringing your hands in front of the heart. And let's lift the hands up to our third eye point between the eyebrows for clear and kind thoughts. Lowering the hands in front of the lips to speak kind words. And back to heart center to feel and give love and kindness. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I will see you again tomorrow, where we'll focus a lot on back bending, doing a nice fluid flow to open the heart. And I hope you have an amazing Tuesday, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.